Hello and welcome to the presentation here on the Potros FC YouTube channel. Potros FC hosting LSA Mustangs for the first time out of 2 this season here in week number 6 for Potros. Actually, week number 7. This is game number 7. Potros FC coming off of their first win of the season away at Atlanta Fire United. Here's the starting lineup for Potros. A couple of changes from last week. Danny Morera back in the starting 11 after missing out last week, was not available for selection due to personal reasons. And also Christian Watson returns to the side, was a part of that championship winning team last spring, plays over at Oglethorpe University, came through to Potros to help reinforce that squad as they try to push back into a playoff spot after a rough start to the season. LSA Mustangs, who held on to the top position for many weeks, dropped points in their last 2 matches, losing to losing to Chattanooga Red Wolves. No, apologies, we're getting the games mixed up here. We are pulling that up for you right now. They did lose a match. It was against Georgia Impact. They lost that one 3-2, and then last week played to a 1-1 draw with FC Birmingham at home. So 2 matches without a win for LSA Mustangs after a perfect start to the season in their first 4 matches. Now both teams fighting for the playoffs. This is one of 2 meetings that they'll have. They'll meet again in that first week of June, which is the last week of the regular season, and that game may just determine a playoff spot depending on what happens between now and then. Potros knows what they need. They need perfect season for the rest of the season. They've got to beat LSA Mustangs today. They travel to Chattanooga Red Wolves on Friday night. So right around the corner, another tough match. If they don't win tonight, it may not matter what happens on Friday. But they've got some reinforcements. Alvaro Hidalgo and Augusto Del Rio, 2 players from Life University, started last week. They start again today. John Engel and Mateo Chavarriaga also came in to reinforce the squad. They start on the bench today. Latrell Bradshaw starts with Kwesi Paul once again in the center back position. John Simmons and Mark Minot, who combined for 3 goals last time out, will start in the front as well. Eric Graham continues in that defensive mid position, and Evan Greenberg also will start today. So here come the teams ready to walk out. Cameron Verona leading the lines for Potros. He wears the captain band today. Last week, Latrell Bradshaw wore it. Pedro Valenzuela, who starts on the bench today, wore it for the last couple of games before that. So a bit of a rotation in the captaincy for Potros. Frankie Ruiz trying to get the season back on track. Now, and actually, Augusto Del Rio will be the one wearing the captain band as he steps out in front. So here come the teams walking out. We'll be back after the national anthem to bring you the opening kickoff in this match. Please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Final handshakes, LSA Mustangs in the blue kits, Potros in black. Two teams who have met many times in the past. LSA Mustangs last season, this squad, the players on that team played under LSA Norcross Pro, who was in the same group with Potros. Previously, before that, many different names that they've gone by over the years. Limeño, Georgia, the most popular name. And so, Potros and Limeño, now LSA Mustangs, headed by La Mochila Josue Galdames, former El Salvador national team player, has led that LSA Norcross program, Limeño program, over the years. Familiar foes in the UPSL. Limeño with the former advantage, Potros catching up with the recent seasons, but two teams who know each other well. Last spring, when Potros went on to win that playoff, get into the national playoffs, the only team who beat them in the regular season was Limeño. So a big test here. Potros, we've already mentioned it and we'll continue to mention it throughout the night, but this is a must-win match for Potros if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. After only picking up 3 of the available 15 points in their first 5 matches, 3 draws followed by 2 losses. They got their first win last time out against Atlanta Fire with some reinforcements coming into the team. They'll look to try to build on that and make a push here at the final part of this season. They're running out of opportunities. If they don't get the 3 points today, it's going to be very unlikely. They did get some help around the league today. Atlanta Fire United defeating Pachuca, Georgia 5-4 in a thrilling back-and-forth match. It took a 95th minute penalty for Atlanta Fire to take the 3 points, which puts Potros in a position where if they win the rest of their seasons, they are guaranteed to finish at least above either Pachuca, Georgia or LSA Mustangs. LSA Mustangs and Pachuca, Georgia will face each other twice before the end of the season. So depending on the results of those matches, it's likely that Potros will be able to finish above both teams if they win the rest of their matches. So still a long way to go before we get there. 90 minutes to go today, and at the end of those 90 minutes, we may be having completely different conversation. But let's see what they can do today on the field. We get started. LSA starts us off with the kickoff, sending the ball down the wing, looking for the runner. It's Danny Moreda starting today at left back, who sends that one out for a corner. Potros moving back into their 4 in the back system that they used at the beginning of the season. A couple of matches where they switched it up, looking for a different result with the 3 in the back. Didn't work out for them, and now they go back to the 4. Here's Hidalgo coming through, sends it down the line looking for Simmons. He's not able to keep it in play. He thought he did so, but the flag came up, and so LSA will get another throw here. These two teams, very familiar, as we mentioned, have met in preseason for the last 2 of the last 3 seasons. This season they switched it up. Potros played LSA Norcross Pro in preseason, which are playing in the South Division. Red Top Soccer Club, the affiliate club of Potros, took on LSA Mustang. LSA Mustangs defeated Red Top 2-0, and then Potros went and defeated LSA Norcross 2-1. So LSA Mustangs now traveling back up to Cass, this time to take on Potros, although a lot of the players in the squad for Potros were not part of that preseason friendly. All right, Potros back under possession. Apologies, we had a technical issue in the stadium with the stadium audio, so we had to correct that. Now we're back for this match. So far, neither side really able to get any possession going in this game. The ball's gone out of bounds a few times. Here on the near side, bounces around, eventually out for this time for a Potros throw. So a couple of changes again in the lineup. Mainly in the attack with Christian Watson returning to the squad. Did not play any matches this season. This is his first appearance this season. There he is on the ball now. Immediately taken off of him. LSA in a dangerous position, but they give it back to Greenberg. Here's Hidalgo under pressure. Does well to beat the first press. Finding Morera out wide, who has some space. Augusto Del Rio running forward. He goes wide to Simmons instead. Fighting for it back. Hidalgo sees the space to go himself. Looking for an option. Gets it out wide. Here's Watson. Greenberg running ahead of him. Christian Watson looking for the opportunity to use his skills and create something. Goes back to Hidalgo. Two different universities linking up here. Augusto Del Rio making his 76th appearance today. Returning to the Potros squad as he has over the years many times. Was part of those initial squads of Potros that started in the UPSL about 5 years ago. Here's Hidalgo, playing it across to Kwesi Paul, who has started every match this season. Moving the ball around well. Now back to Hidalgo, who's trying to control the midfield of this game, being the main carrier of the ball. Here's Watson looking for a ball forward. Greenberg made the run inside. LSA deal with it first, but now Darinho picks it up. Darinho looking for the option. It finds Del Rio into the box for Simmons. Looking for the chance to turn, trying to go himself. He gets the ball taken off of him. LSA surrounded him. He was given the space to turn, but wasn't given the space to be able to create a shot. And now LSA back on the ball. Simmons coming back to try to win it, commits the foul. Gives away the first free kick of the game. LSA not able to create. Graham puts it back to Paul, who has pressure on his back. Decides not to go back to Verona. Instead plays it off of the LSA player and wins a goal kick. Again, we mentioned LSA, who started the season very strong. 4 wins in their first 4 matches. Followed up by 2 matches where they dropped points. A loss to Georgia Impact on the road, and then a draw with FC Birmingham at home. Trying to get back to winning ways, but Potros cannot afford anything but a win. Here's Morera, who found himself forward. He carries into the box himself. A heavy touch. The LSA Mustang reads it well and averts the danger. Now LSA coming down the near side. Has pressure on his back. Forced to go backwards and puts it out of bounds. Potros keeping the possession high up the field. With the sun dropping, it's about 80 degrees at kickoff. We'll expect that temperature to gradually drop throughout the day. The sun right in front of our faces here in the press box, but we'll be dropping behind the trees in the background, behind the stadium. Here's Danny Morera, throws it down the line. Darinho can't reach it. It's going to roll out for a goal kick. So neither side able to create any chances yet as we head into the 7th minute of the game. But both teams have had opportunities to try to keep some possession. Neither side really wanting to take any risks this early on in the game. And LSA Mustangs, we also know, have a lot of players who play for the Meadow Creek High School Mustangs, who reached the Final Four in the GHSA for the first time since 2019, where they won the state championship. Now LSA trying to build out from the back. It's into the midfield. Bradshaw there tries to find Hidalgo, but it's picked out. And now a couple of back and forth. Ends up at the feet of the LSA winger. He's trying to go himself 1v1. Kwesi Paul coming across with a sliding challenge to get that one out for a throw. Thrown into the corner. Only one player in the box, and doesn't find him. Instead finds the hands of Cameron Verona, who will take his time, but only as much as he's given. Thinking about rolling it out. Now goes down the wing, looking for Moreira, finds him with plenty of space, but a heavy touch lets him down, and LSA win it right back. Into the midfield, finds the feet of Del Rio. Now Moreira with a second opportunity, this time passes the ball through. It's in between Dariño and Simmons, and LSA win it back. This game a lot more open than some of the previous matches. The last matches for Potros, away to Atlanta Fire, away to Pachuca, and then home to Scenic City. All of those games were very tight space-wise. A lot of it had to do with the size of the field. This one at Cass, a bit on the wider side compared to most of the away fields. And then later this week, Potros will travel to Eastridge, Tennessee to take on Chattanooga Red Wolves too. That field will be much wider. Here's a chance for LSA at the edge of the box. Cutting back, now sent forward, but to a player who looked to have been in an offside position, was trying to come back. The ball was played forward, and so that movement allowed it to roll out for a goal kick. If you're just joining us, welcome. This is game number 7 for both Potros and LSA, two teams with different starts of the season. LSA with 4 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. Potros with 1 win, 3 draws, and 2 losses. Here's John Simmons trying to go into the box himself, down the line, ends up winning a corner kick. First corner of the match. Was fighting through 2 LSA defenders to win that one. And now Augusto Del Rio, also known as Bebol, to take the corner kick. Both Latrell Bradshaw and Kwesi Paul coming forward for it. The 2 obvious targets. They've also got Dariño on the front post and Simmons right in front of the keeper. And then 3 players at the edge of the box. Cross comes into the back post. Paul gets his head to it, but it's too high and ends up going out for an LSA throw. Hasn't been a great goal-scoring season for Potros. They've only scored 9 goals up to this point. 3 of them coming from Dariño, the club's all-time scorer. 2 in the last match. Got a Team of the Week appearance. Here's Del Rio, heads down to Watson. Watson forced backwards, trying to find the space to turn, but ends up playing a soft pass into Greenberg. It's played into the space. Bradshaw with his long leg gets to it first and sends it out. A little bit of a dangerous decision from Christian Watson. It is his first game of the season, not in the rhythm with the rest of the team. Was part of that championship winning team from last spring. It played a big part in the final stages of that season. Potros had a very similar season to the one they're having this season, but not as drastic. They started, I believe, the first 3 or 4 matches without a win, and then went on a run, ended up winning the playoffs. A penalty called for a handball that was played right into the chest of Christian Watson, and the referee gives a penalty, even though it was unintentional and the distance to the ball was extremely close. We'll see it again on the replay, but LSA now with a penalty kick out of nothing given to them by the referee. Very similar to one we saw a few weeks ago against Red Top. We'll see it here on the replay. Right there, played directly into the arm in a natural position. Referee deciding to call the penalty. So LSA with a free chance here to take a lead with help from the referee. It did hit off the arm of Watson, but it was in a natural position, very close to the ball, no chance for him to move it. A missed call from the ref, and the penalty comes in. It's into the bottom corner, and LSA take the lead. Potros, with the referee against them, will need to fight back in this game. They've been in this situation before. They cannot let it affect them mentally. They've got plenty of time left in this game, but unfortunately, at this level of the game, you have to deal with the referees as well as the opponents. And in this particular match, now Potros have extra work to do. Very frustrating start to the match to go down when there has not really been any chances in this game, and to get a free penalty like that in a really important game for both teams. You hate to see it, but very similar to the one that we saw in a free kick called here against Danny Moreira for the late challenge. Very similar to the one that we saw that eliminated Potros from the US Open Cup qualifying against Kalanji Pro Profile last season as well, where the shot came from outside the box and Latrell Bradshaw, who was standing about 10 yards from the player, had his arm by his side and came off and ended up getting a penalty called against him. Here the LSA player needing some attention after that foul by Danny Moreira. We'll see a look at it again here. Moreira, just stepped on his foot as he won the ball, but in the follow-through as he came down, took a step on the foot of the LSA player. So it looks like to be unintentional. It was not. Originally, I thought the contact came with the cleat on the foot, but it was actually on the ball, and then in the follow-through stepped on the player. A yellow card shown to Danny Moreira, so now Moreira will have to be careful with a yellow card. And the LSA player back on his feet, just took a bit of a step on the foot. A yellow card was shown, so the player does not need to leave the field, even though he received treatment from the trainer. As long as the treatment received was quick, which it was, in my opinion, the player does not need to leave the field of play. So good decision there from the referee. Free kick from LSA, just behind the halfway line, put into the space here, headed by the LSA player into the box. Verona picks it up and sends it down the field. Dadinho with a chance here, if he can control it. Gets it on the second attempt. Now finds Del Rio in the middle. Out to Simmons. Simmons lets it roll for Moreira. He keeps it in play with a sliding challenge. Gets around the LSA player. Now a chance to put a cross in. Good work there from Moreira. And puts it in. It's blocked. And one right back by Simmons. He puts it back in, and this time out for a corner. A good opportunity there from Potros. Going to put the danger. Moreira did extremely well to keep it in play and then avoid the challenge, creating that dangerous opportunity. Now they have a chance from the corner kick. Last time it was a bit too high for Kwesi Paul. We'll see if Del Rio can adjust on the second opportunity. Cross coming in. It's in behind the keeper. He gets a hand to it. Sends it away. Greenberg sends it straight up. It's going to stay in play. The keeper gets another touch to it, I believe. No, he doesn't. It's going to be a goal kick. Hidalgo sends it across to Bradshaw. Potros with a lot of players deep into the field, not too many high up, making it difficult to find those outlets. Here's Watson. Back to Graham. Goes for the direct pass to Dadinho. Dadinho trying to find the pass through. Hidalgo picks up the loose ball and out to Watson once again. Watson fouled from behind. Referee will give a free kick. Del Rio to take Kwesi Paul and Latrell Bradshaw into the box once again. Still yet to register a shot in this match, Potros. Only one shot in the game, which was the penalty kick. Del Rio to take the cross. Headed away by LSA. It's going to be a Potros throw. Paul staying forward. Bradshaw retreating back to the center back position. Moreira over to take the throw. Throws it in front, headed by LSA to the edge of the box. Watson trying the shot but missing the ball. And now LSA on the attack. Greenberg with a challenge in to stop it, but then gives it right back. LSA can't find their teammates. And Simmons picks it up, sees the space to go himself, but now stopped and forced to go back. Gets it out to Greenberg. Greenberg, not a good contact on the ball. LSA once again on it. Immediately under pressure again. Watson almost winning it back. A challenge from LSA helping it forward. Greenberg will take the throw in down the line, looking for Watson. Under pressure once again. Ball kicked out by LSA. Bradshaw goes back to Verona, forcing LSA to step forward. Now Paul trying to take forward of that forward step. Gets it in behind, looking for Simmons on the near side. He keeps it in, goes himself. Now the LSA defender gets in the way. In the corner, cleared forward, bounces behind, but now the midfielder picks it up. Graham with him, and Eric Graham back to Verona. Under pressure, sends it down the field. It's behind the LSA player. Bebo picks it up with some space. The LSA player slipped in the process. Now Simmons in the box. A touch goes behind him. Tried to play it across, but it's behind Dadinho, and LSA in the right spot to deal with it. LSA playing the ball back now, sending it forward. Bradshaw wins it. Del Rio under pressure with two around him. Does well. Now push in the back, forcing him to go back to Paul. Paul looking for the split in between. Hidalgo there. Out to Graham. Down the line looking for Simmons. Here's John Simmons. 2 assists and a goal last time out. Back to Graham, forward to Dadinho. Hidalgo with space, gets it to his feet, a heavy touch. It's just a bit difficult for him to control that one, and LSA deal with it. Potros finding the gaps, but then the final pass or the final touch has just not been the right amount of weight on it. Ball into the midfield. Hidalgo steps forward. The LSA player slips as the challenge came in. Watson wins it back. And a foul called on Watson as he had his arms around the player when he went for that one. Unnecessary fouls in dangerous positions with them under pressure. Just giving the possession back to LSA. Now a ball in behind. Moreira let him go. Verona read it well and picks it up at the edge of his box. Now throw it out to Moreira. to Simmons down the line, who has pressure, does well to avoid it, and turns, trying to go himself. He's got a lot of work to do, but he gets around 2. So now he's in the box, trying to cut back. Still Simmons. Simmons goes for the shot. A great save there by the LSA keeper on the diving save. Simmons did all the work himself. Just couldn't finish it off. It was a great save, great athletic save from the LSA keeper, who held his ground and waited for that shot to come in. It was pretty close range as well. Not a difficult save to make, let alone catch. And now LSA coming the other way. They give it away. Watson picks it up. Hidalgo connects with Watson. Watson down the line to Dadinho. He's fouled and wins a free kick. Referee doesn't wait to see if an advantage is available. I'll take a look at that chance from John Simmons, who saw the space, did well to beat 1, to beat 2. Then he was surrounded, still managed to get the shot away from a difficult position as he was going backwards. But the first shot on goal for Potros. LSA still with only the 1 from the penalty. And now they have the chance from the free kick, Del Rio to take. Some pushing going on in the box. The cross comes in. Paul got away on the back post, but it doesn't find him. Bradshaw sending it back forward. Morera and Simmons neither of them able to get to it. A throw in for LSA. Bradshaw winning the header near the halfway line, but LSA keeping it under their control. Good ball movement. A late challenge from Morera nearly wins it back. LSA managed to get it to the space. Kwesi Paul coming across. The LSA player stopped his run and felt the contact. Paul trying to get around him. And the player goes down, but referee says nothing there. Morera down the line. Simmons can't find his teammate. He ends up giving it away. LSA coming forward and into the box. Paul there needs to be careful with this ref. LSA does well to evade the challenge, to keep the possession. Now the cross comes in. It's blocked by Morera. LSA back forward. Simmons wins it from a deep position. Finds Del Rio in the middle, who's under pressure. Goes himself, finds Hidalgo. Out to Watson. Greenberg making the run. Watson cutting back and fouled again. That's the 3rd foul on him, and the referee will show the yellow card this time to the LSA player. Second yellow card of the match. 27 minutes gone, only 1 shot from each team. Mustangs with the goal from the penalty kick that was called for, a handball that was unintentional in a natural position from a short distance. A very harsh decision. Potros had their first shot just a few minutes ago from John Simmons, and now they look to build on that. Here's Bradshaw forward back to Simmons. Across to Graham, under pressure, he ends up giving the ball away. Continues his pressure though. Back to the keeper, who clears forward. Del Rio picks it up in the middle, finds Hidalgo. Back to Del Rio. Does well to keep it. Now Hidalgo again, still under pressure with many LSA players. This time they lose out, and LSA trying to spring the attack, but the pass forward's too heavy, and Verona will restart it for Potros. Here's Greenberg. Recycling the ball back with Bradshaw. He goes back to Verona, who's going to be under pressure, but he Calmly plays it across to Kwesi Paul. Pressure continuing. Now the pass forward. It's too long for Dadinho. He's going to chase it down though. Although the LSA keeper will have time to control. Thinking about picking it up, and now he does. Rolling it out to his center back. Dadinho continuing the pressure on the center back. They play into the midfield. Hidalgo picks it up. It rolls through for Dadinho. A heavy touch as the LSA tackle came in. Was not able to get on the end of that touch, but they do win a throw in deep into the LSA half. It was good pressure from Del Rio to win it right back. Greenberg with the throw, going into the box, looking for Dadinho. Brings it down for Del Rio, who tries with the left foot. A good shot and a good save from the LSA keeper. On his near post, gets down. It's going to be difficult to beat this keeper. He's been very athletic and covering the positions well. LSA going for the short pass out. They find the man on the wing with time to turn. Now connecting into a forward position. Gets around Del Rio's tackle, but can't keep it in play. LSA win the throw in, keeping possession. They played it in, but now they'll play it again. I think the referee wasn't happy with the position. Here's Watson under pressure. Back to Greenberg. He sends it forward. Nobody there for Potros on the front line. Dadinho, who's playing in that central attacking position, was dropping in. Try to help out defensively. Paul wins the header forward. Brought down by the LSA midfielder, but immediately runs into Bebel. Here's Eric Graham. He can't control. And now a clearance off of the LSA player will fall into Cameron Verona's hands. Rolled out to Bradshaw. Finding the feet of Dadinho. A lot of space in that midfield right now. Here's Del Rio, has Hidalgo, if he can find his feet, but the LSA player's aware to it, closing down that space. Tries to go to Watson instead, but the pass is too far behind him. Some challenges on the far side, ends up with a loose ball where Simmons comes back to pick it up. Trying to carry forward. He's fouled, but the referee allows play to continue. Still with Simmons, trying to play it forward to Dadinho, but too far for the Haitian forward to get to it. LSA with no options, plays it right back to Verona. And Potros with a good bit of possession, but only 2 chances created so far in this half. Here's Hidalgo. Back to Verona. Now Bradshaw, pressure on him. Plays it into the LSA player and wins a throw-in. A dangerous decision there, but it ends up working out for him. Now Potros will restart with the throw. Moreira to take, down the line, Simmons heads it on. Play will be restarted with a throw-in. Trying to recreate the same opportunity, but this time not able to. LSA win it. Bradshaw here to clear. Sending it to the far side. LSA heads down to the middle. Greenberg, quick to it. Out to Watson. Watson cutting back, connecting with Graham. Graham skipping the line, looking for Simmons. Gets it under control. Now trying to go into the box. A LSA player read it well. Del Rio putting the pressure on. Gets around him. Simmons nearly winning it back. Potros making it difficult for LSA to connect through the middle of the field. They've had to go long many times. The only chance they've had really was the penalty kick that was awarded to them. Right now makes the difference in the result. And the clock's starting to tick as we get close to the halfway point of this match. A lot of possession battles in the midfield, which kills a lot of time of the game as the possession goes back and forth without any real chances getting created. Potros will try again. Verona looking for the direct pass to Darinho. It's in between two LSA players. Hits off the back of one of them and falls to the feet of Del Rio. Out to Watson. Greenberg running forward, as he has since the beginning of this game. Goes back to Hidalgo. Now Del Rio. Hidalgo still coming forward. Del Rio back to Eric Graham. Back to Del Rio. Now finds Hidalgo, who can turn. Trying to go himself through the lines, but can't get it through as the LSA player gets a touch. Not cleared yet. Watson goes for goal. It's on target once again, but too close to the keeper. That one, the least dangerous of the chances so far. And LSA, once again, not able to play through the lines. They go long. And Kwesi Paul heads it down to the midfield. Now to Bradshaw. Forward to Simmons. Moreira getting forward as well. This time the ball forward. LSA's keeper will come out of the box to grab it, bring it into his box, picked it up and rolled it out. LSA trying to come out again from this time on the far side. Again going long. It's directly into Hidalgo. One back but with a heavy touch. Greenberg now forward to Darinho. Has Del Rio on his side. Finds him. Del Rio looking for Simmons in behind. He finds him on the near post. It's crossed. And here's Hidalgo with an open goal. Alvaro Hidalgo gets his first goal for Potros with an open goal, a well-worked play by Potros. They knocked on the goal, they've knocked on the door, and they finally are able to finish it on their fourth opportunity on goal. They've had the majority of the chances. It took them a couple of tries, but they finally find the back of the net. It's another assist for John Simmons, his third in the last two games. Del Rio, good timing to find the space in between. Simmons, in a difficult angle, just gets it across the goal. And Hidalgo, all he has to do is make sure that's on target. And the keeper not able to get back to stop it. 1-1 here in the first half. Potros back in a position where they need to be. Again, a must 3 points from now on for the rest of the season. They went down with a penalty kick. They fought back in. That chance gives them a lifeline, but there's still plenty of time left to play. 55 minutes of regular time. LSA finding difficulties to get past this Potros press. But they're still alive in this match. Let's see what happens from here on. A long ball forward. It's past Moreira. Bradshaw here has to send it out for an LSA throw. And LSA forced to go back to their keeper. Potros not pushing their lines up just yet, as we've seen LSA, their really only outlet has been through those long balls, so they need to be careful not to step up too early, or they might find themselves chasing the ball. They have good timing on their runs, the LSA players. They're well coached. This time they do find their way through in the middle. Played out wide, a back heel, but still under pressure. Now a bit of possession for LSA. Let's see what they can do with it. They come back to the near side. Into the midfield, a heavy touch is going to roll out for a throw. Moreira wants it, wants to find an option early. Hidalgo telling him to calm it down. We're in the final 8 minutes of this first half. Morera down the line to Simmons. Finds Del Rio. He's surrounded by LSA players and gets the ball taken off of him. Ball played back to the LSA defensive line. And now back to the keeper, who had to adjust his feet to get that one and keep it in play. And now he looks for the far side. It's won by LSA, but not kept in play. Potros with another throw deep in the LSA half. Greenberg, who has been relentless on that far side to take the throw. He's been up and down the field. When you look at the current squad on the field today, only 3 players were not part of that spring championship team. Alvaro Hidalgo, the goal scorer, Eric Graham, who joined last fall and was part of that 10-0 regular season team. And then John Simmons, who got the assist, came into the team after the second week of the season. The rest of the players in this squad were part of that team. So Frankie Ruiz going back to players he can rely on, who's already won championships for him, to try to finish this season off strong, to get back into the playoffs. Again, even if they do win all 5 of their remaining games, it's not a guarantee. Here's a long ball forward by Paul, won by LSA and headed back to the keeper. Good work there from the LSA defender. Good awareness and control to get that one safely into his keeper's hands. Potros keeping the pressure up. A ball, dangerous ball there into the box. Finds their keeper's feet. Darinho putting the pressure, does well to find his teammate in the midfield, and now they're able to turn and come the other way. Paul with a tackle at the halfway, commits a foul, and LSA will get a free kick. Free kick played short. LSA into the midfield, thinking about the long pass. They do now send it, but it's too long. Potros keeping a high line up, playing a bit of an offside trap. You saw Bradshaw and Paul, the 2 center backs, did not follow the run. They were holding their line, trying to play offside. Ended up being a long pass anyway. And now Darinho wins a free kick from the punt from Cameron Verona. Del Rio looking to put it in, but not from the position where the referee wants it. Out to Watson. Gets around the first one, going himself into pressure, gets it wide to Greenberg. Watson was brought down, but play continues. Del Rio. Hidalgo making a run from deep, tries to go to Simmons' feet instead. The LSA defender got to it first. Bradshaw in his own half, not able to control it. LSA will get a throw-in and a chance to get out of the Potros pressure. 4 minutes to go in this first half, still level. Kwesi Paul dealing with the ball that fell in behind, under pressure. Gets it to Verona. Now under pressure, a heavy touch from him, but sends it back to the corner. Paul will clear. A bouncing ball dealt with by LSA on the first one. Del Rio picks it up on the second. Has the run of Darinho and plays it in between the defenders, but too heavy. And the LSA keeper will pick that one up with no problems. You can see the idea. He knows the speed that Darinho has, but played it just a bit too heavy. If that same pass happened maybe about 10 to 15 yards further back, you would have given Darinho a chance to get onto it, but it was just too close to the goal, or to the penalty area, I should say. LSA, in these last 10 minutes or so, have been able to get through the Potros press with more success than they did in the first 30 minutes. We will expect that by the start of the second half, the majority of this field will be covered in shade as the sun continues to drop behind the trees. Ball in by LSA, headed out by Kwesi Paul in the diving header. Simmons can't control. LSA win it back. And now LSA driving forward. They get the ball out wide. Cross comes in. Bradshaw doesn't deal with it. It's not cleared. Moreda gets on top of it. Manages to get it away from the penalty area for the time being. LSA still under possession. Now a shot from distance. Verona having to tip that one over. A diving save. And LSA get their first shot on target from about 40 yards to goal. That was not a penalty kick. And they win a corner kick as well. We'll see it one more time. This one, Moreda having to makeshift something to get that one out. And then from distance right here, about 40 yards to goal. Verona saw it all the way through, but had to tip it over for the corner kick. Cross coming in to the back post. Graham heads it away. And LSA will get a throw. One minute to go of regular time. We'll see if there's any added time. There was a couple of stoppages. Here's LSA. Will probably be about 2 or 3 minutes of added time. Greenberg with a sliding challenge. Still not cleared. LSA. Hidalgo putting the pressure. Forcing LSA back. They do well to keep the possession. Now they go back to their center back. Getting it across, a short pass. Del Rio couldn't get to it on time, but Moreda does. Here's Del Rio, plenty of space. It's a 4 versus 4. Now it's a 3 versus 3 as LSA come back, and a great challenge there from the LSA defender, but can't keep it in play. Moreda with a chance from the throw. Thrown into Hidalgo. Across to Augusto Del Rio. Watson. Goes himself down the line. Trying to get it to Greenberg, wins the throw in. We're now in added time. See if we get an indicator. The fourth official did hold up some fingers, but can't see it from here. Maybe, it looked like maybe 2. And Potros putting the pressure on. Here's Augusto Del Rio. Out to Danny Moreda with some space. Looking for Dadinho in the middle. Sends it out to John Simmons. Simmons cutting inside. From a tight angle, still with Simmons. Trying to find a position for a shot or a cross. Has to get it out wide to Watson. Watson, what's he going to do here? Goes over the defender, into the box, and they'll get a corner kick out of it. A bit of skills there from Christian Watson, as we're used to seeing. Manages to get a corner out of it. We'll see it one more time here. Just a nice bit of skills from Christian Watson. Always creative in these positions. And now from the corner kick, Potros, maybe their last opportunity of the half. Bebel will put the cross in. Looking for Kwesi Paul on the far side. He gets his head to it. No, it's the LSA player, I believe. Hidalgo picks it up. Trying to turn, trying to go himself. Can't get around the LSA defender, but wins it right back. Here's Hidalgo. Watson on the far side. Has Bebel with him. Goes to him short. Has players in the box. The cross comes in. It's on the back post, and Simmons can't get his head to it. That was the opportunity to get the go-ahead before halftime. John Simmons on the far post. Already has an assist for today. Nearly gets on the score sheet. He'll want that one back. Probably had the sun in his eyes as that sun is dropping from that far side. We'll see it one more time here. And that may bring us to halftime as LSA gets ready for the goal kick. A perfectly weighted cross. Simmons not able to get it towards goal. or 2 minutes played. It's a potential of in 1 more minute. We'll see what comes. The play continues. Again, we didn't see clearly. We're just assuming it was 2 minutes. And either way, it's a minimum. Ball put back into the corner. LSA will let it roll for a throw. Here's Hidalgo winning it back high up the field, going himself into the box. He has Darinho with him, but LSA reads it well and gets it out of danger, but not all the way. Here's Watson once again on the far side, trying to get a cross in himself. He gets it in. It's not clear. Darinho with oh, he tried the bicycle kick. Another good opportunity. They're putting the pressure on, but it wasn't enough as they go into halftime level. LSA Mustangs with a penalty kick. With the little bit of help, we believe it was a soft call. Potros with the majority of the chances since then, especially here in added time, but not enough to take a lead. They've got 45 minutes to rescue the 3 points. We'll see who can come out on top when we're back for the second half. Hello and welcome back as we get ready for the second half. Potros 1, LSA Mustangs 1. LSA took the lead from a penalty kick, scored in the first 15 minutes, and then Potros fought back. You can see here the stats from the first half. 6 shots, 4 on target. Started to dominate near the end of the the first half. Got a goal back through Alvaro Hidalgo, assisted by John Simmons. They had a couple of chances right at the end of the half in added time, but were not able to convert them. So we go into the second half level 1-1. And apologies as if there's any internet signal. Looks like we may have dropped just for a minute. We'll see if it comes back up as we get ready for the second half. Hopefully we do. So hopefully you guys at home are able to continue enjoying this match as the teams take the field. Looking at the Potros squad coming out for the second half, it looks like no changes from Frankie Ruiz as we head into the final 45. 3 points at stake. At the moment, the points would be shared. Both teams fighting for playoff positions, seeding into playoffs, the glory, the bragging rights, the development of the players. We have 45 minutes to go to see if either team can come out on top. This is the first of 2 times that these teams will meet. They'll meet again in a few weeks in the beginning of June. We are underway here in the second half. The time started. Dadinho takes the kickoff to Del Rio. He sends it down the field looking for John Simmons. The LSA play heads it to the middle. Potros not able to control, and now LSA back in possession. We will see a different dynamic in the second half as the field now completely covered in shade as the sun continues to go down behind the trees. So no longer playing a factor, and the temperatures will also continue to drop. Will be a bit cooler. We'll see how that impacts the intensity of this game. One of the warmer games of the season so far. So far, Potros getting a bit lucky with the schedule. Haven't had really any games on those really hot days this spring. Greenberg winning the ball, finding Watson, using good skill to get around the pressure, now turning, trying to find an option, but still forcing himself to go back. Greenberg finds Verona. Cameron Verona under pressure, sends it down. Dadinho wins it. Flag stays down. He came from behind the defense, but wasn't enough to stay on side, but ends up getting called for a dangerous play there. LSA now coming forward. They put it back into the midfield. One of the main things in that first half was that LSA had a lot of difficulty for the majority of that half playing through the Potros pressure. Most of their opportunities to come forward had been from those long balls over the top. Around the 35-minute mark, they started to do better. They had a couple of chances, but then more of the same as the half came to an end. Kwesi Paul doing well to shield off 2 LSA players as Verona comes up to pick that one up at the edge of his box. Now sends it in behind. Watson running onto it. He finds Watson, but he's pressured off the ball by the LSA defender and then gets around the pressure to keep the possession. LSA with a good bit of possession here in the beginning of the second half. Potros not putting the same kind of pressure they did in the first half so far. Now they find the open man here. Might be a tactical change of La Mochila Galdames, the coach of LSA. Kwesi Paul with a well-timed challenge there to stop that attack from progressing. But Kwesi Paul, you can see him not happy with the front line and the press that they're putting in the beginning of the second half. You almost felt like Potros did not want that halftime whistle to come with the amount of pressure they were putting, and now LSA took advantage of that halftime break, and you can see them coming out with a different approach in the second half so far. They go that time for the long ball. It's going to bounce into Verona's box. He'll let it roll out for a goal kick. LSA will be the happier of the 2 teams to come away with a single point. They've already got 4 wins under their name this season. Potros only with the 1. They've got 4 games to go, meaning that All the points they can get are needed. The maximum points are needed. They've only got 6 points out of the first 18. They've got 12 more available. Simmons gets it out to Moreira. With pressure, ends up winning a throw-in. Augusto Del Rio, under pressure, finds Moreira. Back to Del Rio. Now looking for the long switch to Watson. Watson brings it down, has the run of Greenberg coming from behind him. He goes to the middle instead, finds Hidalgo. Hidalgo carrying forward to Dadinho. Hits left at Simmons, and it's finished off! Potros with a slow start in this second half, but out of nowhere, they find that attack, a good connection, and John Simmons gets his second goal of the season. And it puts Potros into the lead for the first time tonight. The number 58 got a goal last time out against Atlanta Fire, a very similar time in the game as well in the first couple minutes of the second half. And now Potros in the lead where they need to be if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. It started out here with Watson, cut inside, finds the first goal scorer, Hidalgo. Dadinho, not sure if he meant that touch, but it falls to the feet of Simmons, and all he had to do was find that back post finish. Potros 2, LSA 1, and that is the start that Potros needed in the second half. They've got 40 minutes to hold on. LSA now have to fight their way back. They haven't had many chances in this game, but we know what they've shown this season, what they've shown in previous seasons. They can still fight back. Potros need to keep the focus high in this match. Here they come immediately. Graham putting a tackle in. A throw in for LSA. The battle of the two horses, Potros and Mustangs. The Colts versus the Mustangs. Here they come to the attack. Greenberg with a great challenge to stop that one from coming into the box, and LSA now with a throw. Thrown to the feet and can't find his teammate again. Potros now will have a throw in their own defensive corner. John Simmons and Mark Bino connecting once again. Simmons in great form with 2 assists and 2 goals now in the last 2 matches. His first contributions and his only contributions of the seasons. But making a difference for this Potros team, earning his spot in the starting 11. He made a couple appearances off the bench in those first matches. Has started the last 3 matches now, I believe. And now making his point as a player that needs to stay in the starting lineup, especially with the absence of Pedro Lima, Nazario, and Bomio, who were the 2 top scorers last season. Lima out with an injury with an ACL tear, will not feature again this season. And Bomio, due to personal reasons, was not able to return for this season, but may be returning in the future. It's taken time to find someone who can make up for those missing goals. John Simmons now proving to be one of those who's filling in that gap. And Moreira now looking to find him in behind. It's over Simmons and Dadinho. LSA not able to get it back under control. Hidalgo does well to get around one. It's Simmons again. Simmons with another chance, and he goes a bit too long and cleared by LSA. Here they come the other way. Picked up by, I believe that's Moreira. No, it's Del Rio. Graham playing a nice triangle between Del Rio and Graham. LSA. They find the outlet here. The ball forward picked out by Bradshaw. Now Eric Graham trying to send it the other way. This game is wide open. Here's Christian Watson. Christian Watson holding the ball, looking for options, taking his time. Now the pressure comes. Now he goes to the corner, puts the cross into the front post, and no one able to run onto it. Watson down on the far side. It was something that happened after the play. I didn't see it, just saw him going to the ground. We'll see if we can see what exactly happened here on the replay. Watson there, puts the cross in. It looks like, well, we won't see it. It was off camera, but it was as he was getting up. It looks like the two players were entangled on this near side, and then as Watson was getting up, he fell down to the ground. But again, we didn't see referee just stopping to talk to the players, but I don't think any call was made. The assistant referee was standing right in front of it, probably had the best view of anyone. And the referee will give a yellow card. I believe it was to Kwesi Paul. We'll try to get confirmation. And if it was Kwesi Paul, that would be his third yellow of the season. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the majority of them have been for dissent. And another one potentially there. We'll try to get confirmation before we say anything official. LSA will restart with the goalkeeper from the drop ball. Rolled out here. Dadinho putting the pressure on. The ball sent forward. It's in behind. The flag not coming up, but it's too long anyway. Cameron Verona will see that one into his penalty area and into his hands. Now sending the ball back down the field. Falls to the feet of Dadinho. He helps it on its way to Hidalgo. Back to Dadinho. He finds Bebo, who ran before him. Bebo goes for goal. It's on target. The goalkeeper in the right position. It's always going to be difficult to test the keeper from there. At least put it on target. Del Rio now fighting for the ball back. Gets it back to Verona. Verona one time back forward. Moreira sends it forward as well. Dadinho trying to bring it down. And Simmons not able to win it back, but manages to stop the attack and get it out for a throw. You can hear the cheers from the Potros bench. They like the work rate from John Simmons, helping out defensively as well. And Moreira that time called for a foul. LSA put the ball down. They take it quickly, trying to get Greenberg in a 1v1. And it came off of the LSA player last, so Potros will get the throw. We're waiting for confirmation on that yellow card, who it was shown to. We'll let you know. We believe it was Kwesi Paul. That time, Evan Greenberg winning a free kick. LSA now look like they'll be going to their bench. Have some substitutes getting ready. Paul plays it short to Del Rio. Finds Graham in between the midfielders. Graham carrying with space. Now sends the ball in. It's got a long one. Simmons not able to get to it. It was too long. Potros currently holding on to the 2-1 lead. Goals from Alvaro Hidalgo and John Simmons. LSA with the goal from the penalty spot early. Dadinho coming across to block that clearance. LSA Mustangs sending it down the line. Evan Greenberg called for a foul as the LSA player was shielding him off, trying to get around. Just a grab of the arm. Referee spotted it and gives the free kick. LSA now have 3 substitutes stepping up to the halfway line. Ball played short from the free kick. It won't come on this stoppage. A heavy touch there, and Alvaro Hidalgo picks it up. Here's a chance for Potros. Played to the feet of Dadinho. Hidalgo continuing his run. Has Simmons and Watson coming in as well. Now Simmons lays it off for Hidalgo. Hidalgo looking for a chance for the shot at the edge of the box. Now the LSA players back to defend. They send it out to Bebol instead. Played out wide to Moreira. Here's Potros once again on the attack. Danny Moreira forced to go back. Still keeps it in Potros' possession. Out to the wing to Dadinho. Gets it back to Moreira. Moreira trying to find Hidalgo. LSA defending well, but Hidalgo followed it all the way through and gets it back to Bradshaw. They'll restart and reset from the goalkeeper. Was a good opportunity there. They didn't get the chance to get a shot across. Instead of forcing it, they decided to keep possession, and now they come again. Greenberg with a great ball over the top looking for Darinho. The LSA defender did well to get in the way and head that one down to his teammates' feet. Potros need to be careful here with opening the field up. They could find themselves in a dangerous position if LSA can tie this game. Ball cleared forward once again. Bubble wins it, but an LSA player down. Referee decides to stop the play for the injury. And Potros, who kept possession well during that play, will now have to restart with a drop ball due to the LSA player down. An interesting decision from the ref, but it did look like the Potros players had stopped as well, so maybe a decision to allow the game to slow down, maybe deliberate. But now LSA will make the 3 substitutions. As we approach the hour mark of regular time played, half an hour left to go. Potros off of a win on the road to Atlanta Fire United last weekend. Looking to make it 2 out of 2. They'll travel to Chattanooga Red Wolves on Friday night. Then they'll host Atlanta Fire United once again here at Cass High School. And then they'll travel to Meadow Creek High School to take on LSA Mustangs on the final day of the season. Play continuing. Graham making his run forward. Gets it over the LSA defender. Not cleared. Graham putting a challenge in here at the edge of the box. The LSA player forced out of bounds, and Potros with a throw-in high up the pitch. Evan Greenberg to take. Greenberg puts it into the box. It's headed away, but not cleared. Here's a chance for Bebel. Just lifts it into that back post. John Simmons brings it down, tries the volley. It's into a dangerous place. The goalkeeper does well to hold on to that one with Darinho right in front of him. Darinho had to be careful not to make contact and give away a free kick, but LSA managed the situation well. Now they have a chance here to create something on their side. Potros is dropping back deep to defend once again. Good play to get around Evan Greenberg. Now a good cross into the back post and a heavy touch. I'm not able to reach it. That was a great opportunity for LSA. They managed to get behind the Potros defense. Kwesi Paul was chasing back after he stepped forward. Was not able to block that cross, but the pass into the middle was just a bit too heavy for the LSA defender. And now Potros will make their first change. It's Danny Moreira, who's on a yellow card, to be replaced. It's John Engel, who will come on to replace him, who got a goal off the bench last week. Came on in an attacking position. Today will play most likely a like for like. It looks like it will be on the left back position. So we'll see how he connects with John Simmons, the 2 Johns. Here's Augusto Del Rio. John Engel, another player who was part of that championship side last spring. Oh, a bad pass there by LSA. Hidalgo picks it up. Has Watson on the wing and finds him. Watson allows it to roll to his feet, pulling the defender close to him, now taking it down into the box. A cross comes into the VAR post. Nobody there for Potros. Will roll out for an LSA throw. You can see why Christian Watson was chosen because of the creativity that he poses, but you can also see that he's slightly off the rhythm with the rest of the team. Having come into the team just this week, only had, I believe, 1 or 2 training sessions before this match with the team. But again, a reliable player who was part of that championship side. So Frankie Ruiz called upon him for this match. He was involved in that second goal in the build-up. Engel takes the throw forward to Simmons, who gets his head to it. Darinho there, wins it, helps it on its way to Simmons. Simmons with players all around him, can't get the ball back, and the LSA player gets around the first one. Hidalgo there with them, plays it into Engel. He tries to take it in his stride, but the LSA defender was waiting for him. Now Graham and Bradshaw working together to win it back. Kwesi Paul, Graham under pressure, tries to turn and loses it. This is a chance for LSA. A 1v1 here. It's into the box. Verona off his line. A great save there from the veteran goalkeeper to stop LSA from getting back. One mistake there in the midfield from Eric Graham. Too calm on the ball, nearly giving LSA the chance. That's not the type of position you want to be in when you're up 2-1, right there trying to turn in the pressure. And look how easily LSA was able to get through. Verona off his line and then cleared by Kwesi Paul to stop that from being the equalizing goal. The third shot on target for LSA Mustangs, and now they have the opportunity from the corner. Danger not gone yet. Cross coming in. It's to the front post. Graham gets his head to it. Watson picks it up at the edge of the box. Has pressure from behind. Decides to cut back. Looking for an option. Decides to go short to Graham. Now forward to Dadinho. His touch a bit too heavy. LSA put it right back into the middle. Nobody there for Potros. They find the ball in behind. The flag comes up for offside. It was a good move there for LSA, but would not have counted even if they finished it. The first offside of the match. Didn't time his run well, based on the referees. One more time, that save there from Verona, keeping Potros in the 2-1 lead. They need to be careful. One mistake like that in the middle can be the difference between making the playoffs and not at this point. There's still plenty of soccer to play for this season, but they've got to get the job done today if it's going to count. Ball forward, headed by LSA off the back of Dadinho. And now the pressure continuing. Bebel tries to play it to Dadinho. It's just too far for him. LSA forced out of bounds once again. Here's Evan Greenberg on the throw, looking for Dadinho in behind. Does well to keep it. Trying to cut back himself. It ends up off of him and out for an LSA throw. Now the bench for Potros will get up. They've only made the one change. They've got 6 more remaining available. They've got 8 options for them. Handball called there against Kwesi Paul, who stepped into the midfield. And we finally did get confirmation the yellow card was for Kwesi Paul, as LSA get us back underway. And it wasn't in the 66th minute, it was about 10 minutes ago, the yellow card, but we finally got the confirmation. Here is LSA. They find the long pass, but it's too long and out for a throw. Angle sends it down. Simmons heads it to the middle. Bebel helps it on its way. Dadinho trying to turn with it. LSA forced to clear. A dangerous position here. Paul needs to do well. He heads it back to Verona. And Verona smothers it into his own box, if I can get the word out. Verona using most of his 8 seconds. Looking for Dadinho, who got the touch forward, but Simmons not able to pick it up. LSA going around the Potros press. They find the open man here in the midfield. And now the long switch to the far side. Angle hits it off of the LSA player, but it's kept into play. But now the handball call against the LSA player. Very similar to the one that was given as a penalty. So at least the referee's being consistent, but I don't think that one should have been given. It was played into him from a very short distance. The only difference is that LSA was able to get would have been able to get an attack right away from that one, which negates the natural position, unintentional. Once an attack is created or a goal is scored immediately from it, then the handball, any touch on the hand is considered a handball. So that's the only difference between the one there and the one that was given as a penalty. Heavy touch from LSA. John Simmons there, going himself down the line. LSA defender getting there and hit off of the LSA player. Looks like it'll be a corner kick. Good work there from John Simmons not to give up. He did take a heavy touch. The LSA defender got in between. He knew he wasn't going to be able to keep that one in his possession, so just managed to get a touch off of the LSA player to win the corner instead. And now Potros with a chance from this corner as we head into the final quarter of this match. If they can get one more, it would give them enough breathing space. With the 2-1, anything can happen. Corner taken short to Watson, back to Bebel. Goes with the left-footed cross, headed away. Greenberg at the edge of the box, puts it on target. What a save there from the LSA keeper to make the diving save, and a great attempt there from Evan Greenberg right at the edge of the box. LSA can't get out of the pressure. Watson here on the far side. Still with Watson. Was forced to go back his own direction and wins the throw-in. That was a great save there from the LSA keeper on Evan Greenberg to keep the score only by 1 goal. We won't get a chance to see it right now as we're ready to go back in. Engel throws it down the line. Won by LSA. Kept in and cleared forward. Eric Graham there to win it. Plays it back to Bradshaw. And now Verona, who has pressure coming on him, sends it back down the field. Kwesi Paul, who's still up from the corner in an offside position, gets called for it. And LSA plays it quickly, coming back the other way, trying to catch Potros out of position. They come down this near side where they've created some danger this half. Greenberg does well to defend there. Read it really well. Watson, back to Greenberg. Greenberg not able to find the pass in the middle. Was just his momentum running forward, wasn't able to wrap his foot around the ball. Now LSA back to the attack. Potros trying to defend with everything, including Darinho, who comes back, but he gets called for a foul. Unlucky there from Darinho as he worked extremely hard to come back and help defensively. Let's take a look at that chance from a few minutes ago. Here from the corner kick. Potros played it short. Bebel with the left-footed cross, and this ball falls right to Greenberg. One-time shot. Man, does extremely well to get that on target. And now from the free kick, LSA play it to the corner. Engel there to clear it out. Potros with another substitute. It won't come this time. The throw-in taken quickly. Simmons heads it forward. Played back in by LSA. Paul clears. And Engel helps it on its way out for an LSA throw. Now the substitute will come. Believe it's Mateo Chavarriaga, the one who will come in. We'll confirm in a second. It's actually Luke Montes who will be the one to come in. And he will replace Christian Watson. LSA from the throw-in, getting us back underway. It's one back by Potros. Darinho trying to pick it up from the halfway line, does well. Still evading the pressure from the LSA player, trying to switch it out to Montes. It ends up to the feet of Simmons instead. Cutting back. Now finds Darinho's feet again. He's trying to turn. He's brought down and wins a free kick right at the edge of the box. This is a good opportunity now for Potros. And apologies if you were having some difficulties. We just had a bit of a signal drop here at Cass High School. We should be back up with good signal now as we get ready for this Potros free kick. Augusto Del Rio over it, as well as Alvaro Hidalgo. Del Rio to take. Puts it on target! Oh, it was a illusion up here in the press box. It looked like it was in the back of the net. It took a touch on its way. It ends up being a corner. It'll go down as a shot on target. The fifth corner of the match for Potros. We'll take a look at that opportunity nearly in from that free kick. Potros now with the corner kick. Bebel to take again. Plays a driven ball and wins another corner right off of that one. Let's see that free kick opportunity real quick before this next corner comes in. But this one for Bebel was given as a corner. Not sure if the keeper got a touch or if it came off the wall. Yeah, it took a touch off the wall and hits the side netting of the goal on the outside of the goal. So score stays 2-1. Another chance here. Bebel's cross comes in to the back post. Montes there. Can't get it on target. Potros with their 11 shots to LSA's 3. Deserving the lead, but the way this sport goes, at any moment LSA could completely change the trajectory of this match if Potros are not careful. We've seen them do it in the past. Darinho keeping the pressure high. LSA moving the ball around inside their own penalty area. Now the keeper sends it to the wing, finds the teammate, has time to turn. Graham comes across it and gets that one out for a throw. "15 minutes of regular time left in this match. Hidalgo winning it back. Bebel. Hidalgo continuing his run forward. Trying to find it back to him. It's picked out by the LSA midfielder. Immediately won back by John Simmons. But Potros can't keep it. LSA from the deep position sending it forward. Kept in play by the winger. Greenberg with him. Will let it roll for a goal kick. Couple more substitutes getting ready for Potros. See Gonzalo Hurtado getting some instructions from Frankie Ruiz as he gets his uniform on. Will likely be for either John Simmons or Mark Minot, and will probably play on that front line. We'll see. Barona will send the goal kick long, looking for John Engel. He heads it on. Darinho there. A couple of bounces off the back of his head, and now he keeps the ball with pressure. Hidalgo helping him out. Back to Del Rio. Forward to Engel. Engel brought down a hard challenge from behind. And a yellow card will be shown for that foul. A bit of a rugby tackle there from behind, just jumping into his back to bring him down. And now Potros with the free kick. They've got 3 targets in the box. Kwesi Paul coming forward as well to be the 4th target. Bebel to take. Free kick coming in. He puts it on target. The goalkeeper got a touch on it. It'll be a corner kick. 7th corner for Potros. Hurtado now steps up to the halfway, but won't come on yet. Just have the corner kick. Augusto Del Rio going all the way across the field to the other side to take it. After just putting that last free kick in. Go with the driven ball to the edge of the box. LSA players' feet there. Now they play forward. Graham read it well. Darinho there to help keep it in play. Kwesi Paul still in the box. Darinho puts the cross in. Kwesi Paul! Air Kwesi trying to add to his tally of goals this season. He's already got 1. Came forward for the corner, stayed forward. Darinho with an excellent pass in to find his head. And ends up in a goal kick. And now Gonzalo Hurtado enters the match, replacing John Simmons with a goal and assist today. Goal kick for LSA. Not able to get into the Potros half, but they get a throw in after a missed touch from Hurtado, his first touch of the game. LSA Mustangs facing their third straight match without a win. If they can't get something in this, could find their second draw if they are able to get back into this. First they have to defend this attack. Here's Gonzalo Hurtado. Hurtado trying the shot, it's blocked. Hidalgo ends up with it from a deep position, out wide to Del Rio. With pressure, looking for an angle to put a cross in. It's headed out by the LSA player. Eric Graham picks it up. Under pressure, ends up giving the ball away. Montes coming back to put the pressure and trying to go through Graham and Montes. Graham almost winning it back, but then immediately taken off of him as well and played back into a deep position. Montes putting the pressure on, trying not to let them out. It ends up off of Montes and out for a throw. Taken short in the corner. Sent down the line off of Darinho's foot and out for another throw. About 10 yards closer than the last one. And actually the referee will have them play further back, so must have been out before from our angle up here in the press box. Looked like it came out in a higher position up the field. Another substitute getting ready for Potros. It will come on this stoppage. It's Mateo Chavarriaga this time, and he will replace Mark Reno. A great work there today from Mark Reno. Not on the score sheet or with a goal contribution today, but did a lot of defensive work, putting pressure throughout the match. Ball given away. Here's Hidalgo, forward to Chavarriaga. Trying to get the shot immediately off the bench, but too far and over the goal. From the Colombian forward, who will be joining Life University. Ball played forward. The LSA player not able to bring it under control. Bradshaw plays it forward to Chavarriaga. A heavy touch, ends up losing it out. Hidalgo immediately putting the pressure on, not winning it back. Here's LSA, good move from them. Graham in the right place to stop it, and it ends up out off of the LSA player. 9 minutes to go. Potros holding on. LSA with only one opportunity in the second half. It was that 1v1 situation where Cameron Verona came up with a huge save. Chavarriaga not able to get forward. LSA trying to come forward. Bradshaw reading it well. Back into the midfield. Hidalgo picking it up and brought down, but nothing given. Play continues. LSA now sending it down. Greenberg heads. An LSA player able to turn with it. Sending it far on the far side. 1v1 here. Cutting inside and the shot comes in. It's on target. I believe it took a couple deflections, but Verona did well to read it all the way through. A dangerous break there from LSA out of nothing, but not able to take advantage of it. Here's Hurtado. Heads it forward. Montes chasing it down. Back to the keeper. A heavy touch, but Montes too far to take advantage. They managed to keep the play in possession for LSA. Now trying to play around Hurtado. Montes there with a late challenge. Commits the foul. LSA wanted to take it quickly, but from the wrong position. They'll go back to the original spot, and now they play it short. And now the ball comes forward. It's over the top of John Engel. An LSA player running on. And another penalty for another handball given to LSA, this time against John Engel, who replaced Danny Morera. LSA with another lucky break here. Let's see again. Another one, a very short distance. He's running, chasing the ball down. Not really much he could do about it. And another penalty kick for LSA Mustangs. One early in the game and one late in the game. With enough time that if they score, Potros could still put the pressure on. But they need the 3 points. 1 point will likely not be enough. This could be the end of the season if they cannot keep this one out. Cameron Verona, could he be the savior once again? He already made one amazing save earlier in this half. Now he faces a penalty kick for the second time tonight. Shot coming in and saved by Verona, but no, he can't keep it out. Unlucky there from Cameron Verona, who got the touch on it. And LSA with a second penalty after being behind most of this game. They now bring themselves level. Potros feeling hard done by. Two very soft decisions for handballs with short distance played into the player's arm in a natural position. Maybe the second one slightly less. And now Potros, they need something here. Ball played forward to Chavarriaga. Ball not able to keep it with it. LSA win it back. They've got to get players forward. And a missed pass there from LSA. Can Potros salvage something here? Bebol out to Hidalgo. Hidalgo looking for a shooting opportunity. Gets it out to Bebol. Into the box. And a yellow card going to be shown to Hidalgo for simulation. Ball played forward by LSA. John Engel heads it. Chavarriaga there. Winning it back. Plays it to Bradshaw. Sends it forward. Luke Montes. John Engel to Hidalgo, back to Engel, forced to go back to Verona. LSA win the ball in the front line. Substitute coming up for Potros, Pedro Valenzuela, the one who steps up. We'll see who he comes in for. It won't happen on this goal kick, I don't think. Verona gets it back underway. Engel heading back to Verona with the pressure from the LSA player. Verona sending it down the field. It's Alvaro Hidalgo, the one replaced for Valenzuela. Free kick from LSA. Greenberg wins it, head down to Montes. Montes plays it forward, not a good pass from him. Greenberg continued putting the pressure, wins it right back, trying to put it into the box. It's too close to the LSA defender. And they managed to clear it. Bradshaw heading forward, angle. Valenzuela helps it on its way. There's Chavarriaga on the far side. Can't find the space to put a dangerous pass in, but wins a throw in. Angle now throwing forward, looking for Bebel. He's pulled back, nothing given. Ball back in. Chavarriaga wins it right back. Bebel can't get it under control and cleared by LSA. Less than a minute of regular time. We'll see how much added time will be given in this match. Graham gets to it, but can't keep it in play. LSA get the throw. Thrown all the way back to the goal line and sent forward. Kwesi Paul wins it at the halfway line, but fouled in the process. We're now in added time. Did not get an indication yet of how much added time there will be as the cross comes in. It's won by LSA and sent out to the corner. Kept in, and Chavarriaga there with it, trying to find a chance to put a cross in. And Potros win the throw in deep in the LSA half. Angle to take the throw. Paul there on the front post wins it off of the LSA player. Corner kick. The fourth official holding up some fingers. I believe it was 5 minutes, but didn't get a good clear view of it from up here. We've already played a minute of added time. Played short from the corner, back to Bebel. From a deeper position, puts a cross into the back post. Bradshaw there, a missed touch from him. Key tries to keep it in, does so, but not able to keep the possession. LSA with a chance to break here, and not able to keep it in play themselves. Throw in for Potros. Greenberg throwing it forward, looking for Kwesi Paul. He missed touches, out for a throw. LSA worked the ball forward. Angle puts a tackle in. Graham with him. Graham brought down. Wins the free kick. LSA trying to stop the restart, trying to hold on to the point. Potros needing to get bodies forward as Verona sets it down. Ball forward, LSA win it, sending it back the other way. Bradshaw heads it forward once again, nobody there to challenge. Angle heads to the midfield. Bebel sends it forward. Paul's still up there, heading on, looking for Hurtado. Falls to Kwesi Paul. He goes for goal. It's off target. That will be the end of the game for Kwesi Paul, who's going to be replaced here. Shama Shasha will make a late appearance in his place. LSA sending the ball forward. Won by Potros. Chavarriaga picks it up, trying to go himself, and ends up playing it out of bounds. We're now in the 5th minute of added time. There'll probably be a couple more on top of that with the stoppage. Potros needing a goal here to keep their playoff hopes alive. 2 penalties called against them, 4 handballs. The difference in this match. Cross comes in. Greenberg wins it. Still not able to get forward. Bradshaw clears and out for a throw. Potros winning it back. Not able to get control. Greenberg sends it forward to Hurtado. Might be the last chance here. Hurtado can't get around. And there's the final whistle. So having to fight against the opponents who were a strong opponent today, but also having to fight against the referee decisions. 2 penalties, light, soft calls, now giving Potros out of the playoff picture. It will take something very special for them to still stay in it. They'll still have to play the final 4 matches. We'll see what happens between now and then. But 15 shots, 9 on target. They were only able to score 2. LSA with only the 2 penalty kicks to keep them with the shared points. And Frankie Ruiz will not be able to keep up his record as the Potros head coach with the success he's had with the 2 championships. Unless anything happens between now and then, we will see what happens. But for now, we'll leave you with the scenes on the field.
Red Capuchin.